All right, Jay, so according to Eddie Hearn,
Yeah.
right, he's been in contact with Bob Arum
Yeah.
about making Jaron Ennis versus Brian Norman Jr.
Yeah.
According to Eddie, that Bob and Eddie wanted Brian Norman and his pop to come up to Atlantic City and to be at Jaron Ennis versus the Man State Illness.
Yeah.
And saying that they initially would, but then deciding to go on vacation.
Yeah, they wasn't gonna do that. You know that wasn't gonna happen.
Why?
Because they come from bully mentality. You know what I mean? If they can bully you, then they will. But they know that's a situation where it's gonna show you true colors. He done said so much that if a motherfucker see him, they gonna say something to him and they wouldn't be able to handle it. You know what I mean? Because you can't bring enough people with you. You can't bring them old shotguns, the Mossbergs and all that. Can't bring all that with you to Philly. It was the same reason why he didn't want to come to Philly to fight me. You know what I mean? But I don't care. We gonna go down to Georgia and fight. But now that the stakes are higher, you know what I'm saying, and you've been running your mouth, you're not gonna come to Philly. Trust me. When you said that, I already knew that wasn't.
Yeah, in my mind, I didn't know that they were supposed to. Well, according to Eddie, that they were supposed to.
Yeah.
I thought that it would just be a situation.
It would have been a great idea, but the pressure would have been too much. People, as much shit as Brian Norman Sr. talks, he can't handle it when people send it his way. You understand? The reason I know that because he argued with everybody, so he can't handle it. He can't handle it when, you know what I'm saying? So, and the son, I feel bad for the son because he really not like that. He not that type of kid. You know what I mean? He's a good kid, do what he told. You know what I mean? So on and so forth. I mean, he don't strike me as a kid that's getting locked up and doing all this dumbass shit. You know what I mean? He a good kid for real. So he really just want to do his job. But his father make it, he make it different. So they wasn't coming up here. They wasn't going to do that.
Is that the fight to make next?
That's the fight that I would love to make next, but I really don't think, I think they're going to run as fast as they can, as far as they can. I don't think that's ever going to happen. I don't think it's ever going to happen because I'm hearing that he might be running off to Japan, and that might not even go too well. You know what I'm saying? You got to really prepare for shit like that. And when you fighting over across them borders, it's best to get over there real early and get acclimated. And a lot of guys ain't trying to do that. So to go over there and run, I just hope things don't go wrong.
For me, I don't think that Jin Sasaki's better than Brian Norman.
Yeah.
But I don't like the idea of Brian Norman going out there.
Mm-hmm.
When you fight Japanese fighters in Japan, for whatever reason, I'm not insinuating anything. I'm just saying they fight way different in Japan. And I ain't talking about just NOE or Cool Boy. I'm talking about Pride, MMA, Japanese. Rob Brent beat Ryota Murata in America, and then he go over to Japan and get starched.
Yeah.
So
it's a different pack.
I don't like him being an undefeated world champion. I don't even like him being a fucking world champion, having to travel to go fight a challenger.
And that's
I don't like that.
And that's my thing. Like, I asked him last night. I said, why hasn't your son headlined a show of his own in Atlanta? You know what I mean? Why is he fighting on Michaela Mayer undercards and things like that? But he, as he say, I got a plan for my son. See, y'all motherfuckers don't know business. Yeah, well, it is what it is. But I don't think he gonna fight Boots. Would you be honest? Would you want to put your son in there with Boots right now? The Undertaker himself. Would you want to do that, Mr. Catch a Body? Would you want to put your kid? We talking about your baby boy, your pride and joy. You want to put him in there with a motherfucker like that?
According to all of these people, I'm a hype artist. I'm a fanboy. Like, no, he's not. He's not what you see on camera. He's a hype artist.
He talk about how his son knocked people out, right? That's cool. Because the guys he knocking out is guys he's supposed to knock out. That's cool. But you know what it take? You know what it take for a man corner or for a man to say, I don't want no more of that? That's fucking insane, man. That's insane. To be in the corner for a fight you train for 12 weeks or however long you train, and to be like, I just go home. Can't take it no more.
Here's the part that I don't agree with, right? So I feel like people pick and choose like with a bunch of different things. So when I watch a Brian Norman Sr. interview and he talks about Boots was beating up on these smaller guys, Lipinus was a 140, Delorme's a 140. Giovanni Santillan was a 140.
Yes.
I don't think people remember that, or maybe Senior don't even know that.
Yeah.
Giovanni Santillan started his career off,
He
had a
knows
bunch
that.
of fights at 40.
Yeah, but
I
he
feel
knows
like that's a unfair narrative. It's because fighters move up all the time.
Right.
So your son's biggest win was against a 140.
Right.
So why even bring that up?
It's just, again, people like to sound smart. People like to sound like they know what they're talking about. People like to sound like they understand. But here's the thing. It don't matter how much you weigh. That's your ass. You know what I mean? So he don't want that trouble.
I give credit for all the wins. Great performances is great.
Yeah, I like the young man. I like the critter.
Do you think we ever get that fight?
Not gonna do it because that's the guy. Listen, it don't matter if you really 100% believe in your child. That's the, you know how back in the day, Mill, your mom tell you, there's always another bad motherfucker out there. You ain't the only one. You ain't the only tough motherfucker running around. That's Boots is the motherfucker he know can beat his son. He not about to put his son in there because this shit is over after that. After that, him and his son is gonna have to, instead of it being Brian Norman's tow truck, it's gonna be Brian Norman and Sons. They're gonna have to do a joint venture with the tow trucks. And I'm pretty sure they'll have money to grab, extra tow trucks so they can hire people and things like that. And they can cover the Atlanta area. But he not doing that, bro.
I don't agree with this. Sasaki is the right move to fight Boots, attempt to fight Boots for Undisputed, and take whatever deal Mario Barrios is willing to offer you. Is that the right move?
Why not? Why not? If you feel like your son is the best and Mario Barrios is the other guy, why not? Then that way, when him and Boots get together, it'll be an undisputed situation.
2 belts, 2 belts.
Why not? But people don't think like that.
I got him filleted, Mario Barrios. No
And he
disrespect to
might.
Mario. I think Mario's a good fighter, but stylistically, what I saw Abel Ramos do, I think Brian Norman Jr. can match that or exceed it.
I hear you. I think Barrios will box the shit out of him. That's just what I think.
Really?
I think Barrios will box the shit out of him, bro. If Barrios could go in there and box a Ugas who has a crazy education, I think he definitely will go out there and box the shit out of Norman. That's my true opinion. It's no dislike towards Norman. I don't hate nobody. That's not in my heart. I'm talking boxing now. I'm really talking boxing. I think Mario Barrios will outbox Brian Norman 10-2.